One thing I saw a lot, especially when I was trying to figure out how do you find a good place to look for agates, how do you know, um, you know, what is it, what do you look for, what does basalt look like, all those questions. There's tons of them. It's hard. um, there's definitely information out there, but you definitely have to sift through. You have to ask a lot of the right questions. So I'll kind of show you um, some of the things that I look for to tell me if where I'm at is going to be a good spot or not. Is you get this basalt that has all the pockets and the tubes from the lava, where that gas came up through. So any of that kind of basalt is great. It's a great sign when you're out looking for a place that could potentially have agates. The other part is going to be any kind of silicates. So when you find a lot of jaspers, you find quartz, flint, chert, anything of that nature, that is also a great sign, because those are all silicates, all part of that same kind of family. And so where you're finding stuff like that, that all means potential for agates to be able to form inside some of those host rocks. So then if you can check those boxes off the list, and you see a little bit of all of that, especially if it's prominent, then I would say you're in a good place, and it's only a matter of time before you most likely will find some sort of agate, chalcedony of any sort. I, of course, will also use my little rock bucket here as a window into the water. It helps when I'm looking down at the riverbeds to be able to see down through the water, to see if there's anything in the bottom, or even just these exposed gravel bars, like so. This one might even be a little bit quartzy. Yeah, got some quartz points on it, pretty, with some of the host rocks still on the back. I will keep that one though, it's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm gonna keep looking. Hopefully I'll find a good nice banded agate that I can show you guys today. I will bring you back in if I find something like it. Alright, we made it to the spot. I just got over here. We're gonna poke around, see what we can find. I kind of went on the left side of this beach yesterday, so I'm gonna head down the right, to start off, just to kind of hit some untouched ground, see how that plays out for us this morning. Then I'll loop back to the right and see what we can find. But first, we're just gonna kind of skirt off on the side here. It looks like might have something right through there. It's a cool little piece. Say it's just a little bit more of just more of a plain chalcedony style. So I'm gonna put that back for now. Trying to find some stuff that has some more color, more banding, a little bit more depth to it. Like I said, I'm being a little bit more picky today, so we'll see what there is. I don't usually have too much luck on this side, but we're still gonna hit it anyway, just because you don't know. Looks like there's a little guy poking out right here. Looks like he's gonna maybe have some banding actually. No, but he does have some cool inclusions in him. I don't know what that is down in there, but that's pretty cool. So we'll keep that one. little bit different. I'm hoping to find a nice big piece today. I found some decent sized stuff yesterday, nothing huge, but I've definitely found some good sized stuff here before. So I'm hoping today we might have some luck with that. And by luck, I guess I mean being blessed, because I don't believe in luck, but I believe in blessings. So I'm gonna go with that. It's kind of a big quartzy piece here. I'm gonna leave it, but another little agate, little nodule. We'll keep that. Cut it open later. Yeah, I kind of grew up doing some rock hounding. It wasn't anything serious. My grandma got me into it. She was the first one who really introduced it to me in my life. And it was always a fun little hobby to go do with her every now and then. Outside of that, I never really did much of it on my own. Never really spent the time or effort. I didn't really know. Again, I just didn't have a lot of knowledge surrounding it. So I went to a lot of places just expecting to find stuff and had a lot of disappointment time and time again. Just because I was in the wrong places looking for the wrong stuff, with expectations that were unrealistic. And so I got disheartened quite a bit, so I didn't do too much. And it wasn't until about two years ago, when I moved back to Washington, that I really started investing time and effort into rock hounding again, and really trying to learn how to do it, what to look for, where to go, that sort of thing. Pause that. We got a little find right here. Cool little piece. Let's clean it off. It's not going to be banded as much. I'll probably leave this one for today, but still a cool piece. But yeah, so wasn't recently that I really started kind of investing a lot of time and energy to rock hounding, to trying to understand how to do it, where to go, what to look for, understanding the geology a little bit more. I'd say once you have a better grasp on just some of the geology that surrounds the material that you are actively trying to find, it's going to make your life a lot easier in terms of deciding where you're going to go and how you're going to look. It makes it way easier. So yeah, in doing so, it's helped me a ton. I did a lot of research this year trying to determine some new areas that I was going to check out. And the first real place that I decided to explore on my own, based off of my own research, has turned out to be super fruitful. Again, huge blessing. It's always nice when you do all this research and spend this time looking at rock books, looking at videos, doing all this stuff, and then it pays off. It's always a great feeling. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now, is I have that spot that I can pretty much go back to repeatedly. And I do well. I find material every time. It's been a good spot. So yeah, and I'm always, if anybody ever has questions for me or anything like that and just wants to pick my brain, again, very amateur in my rock hounding here. I'm still still learning a lot. I hardly know a quarter of what a lot of those guys out there know, but that's part of the joy of it is, you know, I'm growing, I'm learning, and in doing so, I get to help educate any of you guys who want to know, who want to learn, and we can kind of go through that together, you know. So we can bounce ideas, bounce stuff off one another. I always find that helps, you know, especially having people that you can enjoy the hobby with is huge. So, all right, I'm gonna keep looking. Yep, bring you in if I find anything. All right, guys, I think we got our first actual decent find of the day. Walking kind of along this bank here, walking down towards the water just to see, and I see that poking out, and I actually see something else right next to it, but let's see how big that, oh my gosh. Wow, look at that. That is cool. Beautiful banding all the way around. Small piece right here. Another beautiful banding on that one. Right next to each other. Oh man, that is awesome. Oh, dropped my phone. Alright guys, I kind of already flipped this one over. I kid you not, I have been here so many times. I might have found 2 questionable agates that had some red iron staining. You could maybe pass them for a carnelian. Today I have found 3 true carnelian agates, unmistakable, and look at the banding, look at everything on that guy right there. This one we will go wash off, take a peek. Look at the color, look at the bands. That is cool. That is awesome. I honestly kind of gave up on this area for finding stuff like that. But you obviously can. So, alright, I see what looks like a nice piece of petrified wood laying right here on the beach. That is awesome. Look at all the grain in that, the preservation. That is cool. Nice solid chunk. Smooth all the way around. Definitely petrified. No, that's cool. That's probably the biggest piece that I have found out here. Just as well, I found a nice, small, but a nice piece of carnelian. Usually I find mainly red, or mainly blue, gray, you know, white material down here. Not a lot of red. So finding a nice carnelian piece is reassuring that there actually could be some good stuff down here, because it's a cool piece. It's true. So yeah, I'm gonna keep looking and bring you in. I was quick kind of coming through this little wash yesterday, and you can tell because right on top here is this nice piece. It's got good banding around the bottom. You can see that too. Goes all the way through. It's gonna have a nice little druzy pocket once I clean that up. But it was just sitting right on the surface here. And even this guy poking out might have some banding on him right on the side there. Once I get it cleaned up, you can see that. And both those were just sitting right on the surface. So we're gonna kind of slow down through this spot, give it a better walkthrough than what I was able to yesterday, and see what all I missed. This is a great spot when you get to these low areas like this. You can see this agate right here. That'll be a cool one to cut open. These spots right here are some of the best if you want to find some of those iceberg style agates where you just see, you know, just a little bit of it sticking up out of the ground. Look close, look down, look at texture. Color is also key, but on these ones, I tend to find that texture. I mean, heck, look at this guy. I missed that yesterday. And that's, I mean, look at my hand for scale. And that's just sitting right here. I missed that whole thing walking here yesterday. That's crazy. But yeah, it's gonna be the texture. If it look, colored Jaspers down here, super pretty. I'm definitely gonna keep that piece. Another agate sticking out right here. Beautiful druzy, nice banding, just poking out. I'm not next to the water, so I don't have a quick source to clean it off with. So some of these, I'm more so gonna have to show you once I clean off when I get home or further down by the water. But yeah, I mean, this spot, man, just it's amazing. I have no other words for it. I've never seen a place that produces as much as this spot. So again, very blessed to have found it. There's agates everywhere. I swear, I come out here multiple times a month and they just spawn out of nowhere, out of thin air. I have no idea where they keep coming from. But that is part of the fun. Is the mystery of how this just keeps producing. Yeah, so let's see if I can find a couple more while you guys are up and watching here. I really want to hit that high bank, but I'm gonna stay in this low section just for a bit, just because I obviously did not get everything yesterday. So I would like to go a little bit slower through here and hit this a little bit more thorough before I head up top there. See, even this guy just sitting right here, bigger than I thought. Nice piece. Another little nodule right here, sitting on top of that rock. State, so that I can cut them open later just to see what they might be hiding inside, because you never know. But I will always take the nodules. I can't resist. I just can't. My wife will understand. Which, by the way, my wife is an absolute saint, and she lets me come down here for an hour at a time, and she'll sit in the car and hang out while I'm out here doing my thing. And she loves it. You know, she loves that I get to come out here, and she supports me. And that's pretty hard to find. So I am blessed to have someone like her. You know, even though she's not into the rocks like I am, she will come and she will support, she will hang out and just enjoy the fact that I'm getting to enjoy my hobby, and she gets to enjoy hers, you know. And she's big into books, into reading, and that kind of thing, so she gets good time to herself to just invest into some of her own hobbies and things that she's enjoying, and so do I, but we also get to do it in the same place, so that's huge, you know. All right, I'm not seeing anything immediately right now, so I'm gonna keep poking around, and then if I find something cool, I'll kick it back on for you guys. All right, when they say that when you find a good carnelian, you know, especially on a day like today, that sometimes they just glow. This one is literally glowing. I will show you. You guys see that? Let's go take a look. I mean, this is just insane what I have found today. Look at that. Just this beautiful, glowing orange agate just chilling right here on the bank. That is so pretty. Oh man, I have never found so much carnelian, especially in this size, in one spot in one day, as I am finding today, especially in a place that I was pretty confident it did not really produce. Alright, almost back to the car. And I think we got what looks to be possibly a big nodule. We're gonna find out, but this is probably the last time of the day. So let's see what we're working with, because it looks like it could be good. You can see it right there in the water. Oh my gosh. Look at the banding on that. That is not what I was expecting when I turned that over. Oh my gosh, dude. I have the stuff I found today. Holy crap. Man, what a day. Easily the best rock hounding day I think I've ever had in one go. That is